Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. Another story today about Abba Bessarion of Egypt. There was a young monk who was coming to visit Abba Bessarion, and they together were going on a pilgrimage to go visit another monk, John. And when the young monk arrived at Abba Bessarion's cell, he found Abba Bessarion wrapped in prayer. He had his hands raised, and he was deep in prayer to God. And he remained in this state, standing with his arms raised in prayer for 4 days. Well, at the end of the 4 days, Abba Bessarion looked and he saw the monk was there, and he said, "Come, let us go on our journey." And so they left the cell. And as they went, the monk, after a while, said to Abba Bessarion, "I'm thirsty." But there was nothing to drink. And so Abba Bessarion, it says, went a stone's throw off in the distance, raised his hands in prayer, and began to entreat God for water. This is I love this. This is an amazing story. So as he is standing there praying to God for water, he lifts his garment. It says garment. We don't know what it was made of. Presumably leather. I'm not sure. But he lifts it. And then he turns around and he walks over to the young monk and he hands it to him. And it's filled with water from the air, we are told. So apparently the moisture from the air, as Abba Bessarion prayed, the moisture came out of the air into this garment or leather pouch, whatever this was, filled it with water so the young monk could drink. Amazing. There's another time, a different monk came to visit him, and they were traveling, and they were on a road, and they came to a pond, and the young monk was very, very thirsty, and he told Abba Bessarion he was thirsty, but the water in that pond was not fit for consumption. So Abba Bessarion raised his hands in prayer, entreated God for mercy, and then he said to the young man, he said, "Go, draw some water and drink." So the young man went over and he drew some water out, and he found it to be so sweet, tasted so good. And so he was amazed, and so he went and grabbed all of his water vessels, anything that he had that could hold water, and he filled them all up. Well, Abba Bessarion saw him doing this, and he said, "What are you doing?" And the young man said, "What if I become thirsty again while we're traveling?" And Abba Bessarion said to him, "May God forgive you. God will direct us everywhere we go." In other words, God will give us what is sufficient for the day. He'll always be with us, giving us what we need. The faith of Abba Bessarion is it's something to behold, something for us to learn from. Lord, have mercy. God grant us that childlike faith, knowing and believing in our heart of hearts that God will provide for our every need. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.